Hello, Heart and Hand. So Miss Sarah just read you a really exciting chapter of Zoey and Sassafras, chapter 9. And my favorite part about that chapter is that Zoey talks about warm-blooded versus cold-blooded animals. I am in the perfect location to tell you guys a little bit about cold-blooded animals, so that's what we'll be doing today. I'm in Gulfport, Mississippi, which is sort of near New Orleans, and it's the bottom part of the United States of America. There's a lot of alligators here, which is a cold-blooded animal. Let's go and I'll show you guys around. I'll show you where alligators live. It's called their natural habitat. So we're gonna go find out where alligators like to hide. Boys and girls, so as you know, we live in Denver, Colorado. That's right here. I drove all the way down right here to Gulfport, Mississippi. So alligators live in a lot of these areas of the United States, like down south here, because they love to live where there's a lot of swamps and marshes, savannas, bogs. So there's a lot of vegetation, like tall grasses, a lot of mud, and a lot of heat. So alligators you'll find a lot in this area of the United States. They don't really like to live up here in Denver where we live, so I came all the way down here to see some. So here, guys, you can see sort of a grassy area. You might think this is all the kind of grass that you can walk out in, but there's two reasons why you don't want to do that. Number one, it's actually a lot of water under there, so it looks kind of like solid ground, but if I zoom out or zoom in like that, that's all water, so it might not be completely solid ground where all that grass is. Number two, there's a lot of creatures that live in environments like this, one of which being alligators. So in the book, Zoey's mom tells her all about alligators and how they are cold-blooded, so they can't regulate their own temperature. That's kind of why they like to live in areas like this, is because they can hide under all the grass and in the cool water, and it'll keep them cool so they're not baking in this heat. Here, there's a path, well there's my shadow, but there's a path that my mom pointed out to me, and she said that might be an alligator path. See how all over here there's all this grass, but then here there's sort of this dent in the grass, and then all the way out here you might find little dents in the grass, and that might be where the alligators are making paths. So it's definitely not safe to walk out there, but pretty cool to think about all the creatures that might live in there, including alligators. And I see a bird out here. I don't know if you guys see that, but it's a beautiful environment. All right, everybody, remember how I said that down here it's probably mostly water? So you can see kind of swampy water down under here. It's not just grass, it's not solid ground that you can walk out over. It's definitely kind of swampy, so I'm in a boardwalk over it. And then I spotted this, and I think this is definitely the perfect home for an alligator to be able to climb under. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is like a little hole that some kind of animal has made, and I bet they crawl under there. There's all this kind of like mud, and you can really go far out. If you go out far enough, it's the ocean, but we're not quite that far. So you can just see some of the, some of the environments that an alligator might like to live in. See how I was telling you there might be dents in the grass? I see lots of little dents where the alligators probably crawl through when they're tired of being in the water. But yeah, they hide in here because it's nice and cool. It's really, really hot in Mississippi, in the state where I am right now. But if they live in here, it keeps them cool because they're not able to regulate or change their own body temperature like you and I can. We're warm-blooded. Oh, a nice, pretty little bird. We're warm-blooded and they're cold-blooded, so they have to keep cool from the outside. All right, everybody, I found another area where I'm maybe gonna spot some alligators. I'm in a bayou, and a bayou is a place that's really damp. There's a lot of trees, as you can see kind of behind me, kind of like a swamp. It's very similar to a swamp, so we're gonna go see if we can see any gators. So down here there's a lot of water and different kinds of wildlife. You can't see the water, but like I said before in the other environment, there's definitely lots of water around here. And see how there's a path sort of in this grass here? That might be where the gators were trying to get back to the water. So we're gonna walk out to the water now. Okay everybody, really, really exciting. I see an alligator. I'm gonna zoom in. I don't know if you guys can see, but he's very, very slowly, see there's like kind of a lump in the water. He's very slowly coming this way. Now he's kind of paused and he's looking, kind of waiting. But it's definitely an alligator. See, he's swimming again. Ooh. See, he's going off towards the side. Looks like a decently big one. I think he's trying to get into the shade. Okay everybody, that was our alligator adventure. Hopefully you learned something new about alligators, cold-blooded animals, and where they like to live, and more importantly, why they like to live where they live. Okay, join us for chapter 10 of Zoey and Sassafras. Okay kiddos, we may not have gotten to see any alligators, but I found something equally as exciting. There's a bunch of turtles right here listening to this video. Can you see them poking their heads out of the water?
I think that's great.
They've got moss on their backs, they're looking for food.
This is pretty cool.
Pretty cool, huh? You guys, this reminds me a little bit of when Mr. Khalil showed us all of his turtles. Remember? He had a turtle named Blue and Giselle, I think. No, Carter and Giselle were Mr. Khalil's two turtles that he showed you guys in the other video. They look kind of like those turtles.